What if discipline was not a cage of harsh, restrictive, and joyless rules that you resent, but was instead the master key that unlocks your truest and most profound freedom? What if the path to an unbreakable will was not about punishing yourself for your weaknesses, but about the noble, creative, and empowering act of building yourself, piece by powerful piece, into the person you were always meant to become? Today, we do not talk about simple tips or fleeting life hacks. We explore the 5 deep, immutable, and unbreakable laws of Stoic discipline. 5 laws to build unbreakable inner discipline, compiled and published by Stoic Power. Lesson 1. Rooted identity, unshakable core. Imagine 2 structures standing in the vast, windswept desert, a place of extreme and unforgiving conditions. The first is a flimsy tent, erected hastily on the surface of the shifting sand. Its poles are weak, its fabric is thin, and its stakes are shallow, offering no real purchase. It may provide a fleeting, fragile illusion of shelter from the midday sun, but the moment the first strong desert wind, the haboob, begins to blow, it is instantly torn from its moorings, collapsing into a useless heap of tangled fabric and tumbling across the dunes. It has no foundation, it has no permanence, it is a temporary reaction to a temporary condition. Now, imagine a great pyramid. Its construction took generations of focused, deliberate, and arduous effort. Its base is not on the surface of the sand, but is anchored deep in the timeless bedrock of the earth itself. Its massive hewn stones, each weighing several tons, are perfectly fitted together, creating a structure of such immense weight, stability, and permanence that it has become one with the landscape itself. The pyramid does not resist the desert wind. It is so solid, so heavy, so fundamentally rooted in its foundation that the most violent sandstorm is simply an irrelevant whisper against its silent, stony face. The inner conflict for so many of us on the path of self-discipline is that we repeatedly and tragically try to build the towering ambition of a pyramid, our grand goals for our health, our career, our character, on the weak, shallow, and shifting foundation of a tent. We attempt to erect magnificent structures of habit and resolve on a base of profound and crippling internal misalignment. The painful and deeply frustrating problem that arises from this is that our most sincere and enthusiastic attempts at discipline often fail before they even truly begin, because they are in direct and violent conflict with our own deeply held and often unconscious identity. We try to force a new action that is fundamentally misaligned with our core self-concept, the story we tell ourselves about who we are. We say, with genuine enthusiasm, on the 1st of January, I want it fit, but our core, unexamined identity, the powerful narrative that runs our subconscious mind, is, I am the kind of person who is lazy, who loves comfort, and who hates the gym. We say, I want to start a business, but our secret, powerful belief, the true foundation of our being, is, I'm not a leader. I'm not the kind of person who takes risks or handles pressure well. This profound inner conflict between our desired action on the surface and our true identity at the foundation is a guaranteed recipe for failure. Brute force willpower, a finite and notoriously unreliable resource, is no match for a lifetime of ingrained self-perception. We are, in effect, trying to build a magnificent stone pyramid on a foundation that believes it is, and will always be, a flimsy tent. Sooner or later, the wind will blow, and the foundation will always win. The transformative solution, the first and most foundational law of all lasting discipline, is to stop focusing on the action first. It is to begin the profound, essential, and creative work of building your discipline on the unshakable bedrock of a new, consciously chosen, and deliberately cultivated identity. The core idea is that you do not simply do disciplined things. You must strive to become a disciplined person. Action follows being. The Stoics were not interested in merely performing a checklist of virtuous acts. Their entire philosophy was aimed at forging a virtuous character, a well-ordered soul, a psyche, from which virtuous acts would naturally, consistently, and effortlessly flow. The goal is not to force yourself through sheer, painful grit to wake up early. The goal is to slowly but surely become the kind of person who naturally wakes up early because it is aligned with their purpose and their nature. The goal is not to white-knuckle your way through one more workout. The goal is to fully and completely embody the identity of an athlete, for whom training is a non-negotiable and joyful expression of who they are. When your actions become an authentic expression of your chosen identity, you no longer need the same level of exhausting brute force willpower to perform them. The benefit of this identity-based approach is that it makes your discipline sustainable, meaningful, and even joyful. It shifts the entire dynamic from a painful, constant, internal struggle against yourself to a natural, congruent, and powerful expression of yourself. It aligns your actions with your being, which eliminates the inner friction, the self-sabotage, and the constant resistance that is the primary cause of failure. You start acting from a place of deep inspiration, not just shallow, fleeting obligation. The actionable step to lay this new solid foundation is the identity declaration. This is a profound act of self-creation, the moment you decide to become the architect of your own soul. Take out a journal and, with a spirit of deep intention, write a clear, concise, and powerful statement of the identity you are now choosing to build. This statement must be in the present tense, as if it were already a settled fact, a report on reality. Do not write, "I want to be a writer." Write with the force of a vow, "I am a writer." Do not write, "I will try to be a disciplined person." Write, "I am a disciplined person who keeps his promises to himself." Other examples could be, "I am an athlete who trains my body with consistency and care." "I am a leader who acts with integrity, especially under pressure." "I am a person who finds strength and clarity in stillness and reflection." This written declaration is the architectural blueprint for your pyramid's foundation. Your next step, your true and noble work, is to spend your days gathering small, concrete pieces of evidence to prove this new identity true to yourself. Each time you perform an action that aligns with your new identity, each time the writer writes a single sentence, each time the athlete does a single push-up, each time the disciplined person resists a distraction, you are laying another massive, perfectly fitted stone in your foundation. I urge you to write your identity declaration today. This is the most important decision you can make. Choose who you want to become, and then begin the noble, patient, daily work of becoming him, one stone at a time. This new identity is our solid foundation. But this new person will be constantly challenged by the old, deeply ingrained habits of emotional reactivity. How do we ensure that our new, chosen identity is the one that remains in control, especially in moments of intense temptation? Our next lesson is on the law of controlled response, not instant reaction. Before we continue, please subscribe to the Stoic Power channel to commit to the powerful and life-changing journey of building a new, stronger identity from the ground up. Lesson 2, controlled response, not instant reaction. Imagine a master of a powerful and ancient martial art, like Aikido or Tai Chi. His art is not based on aggression, on brute force, or on reacting faster than his opponent. It is based on a profound and almost supernatural level of self-control and inner peace. When an opponent attacks, charging at him with chaotic, aggressive, and fearful energy, the master does not flail with a chaotic, reactive flurry of his own punches and kicks. Instead, he embodies a dynamic, powerful stillness. He sees the attack coming, he perceives its force and direction, and then, through years and thousands of hours of rigorous training, he creates a fractional, almost imperceptible space of time, an eye in the storm of the conflict. In that sacred space, he assesses the attack and chooses the most efficient, the most effective, and the most powerful response. His ultimate strength is not in his speed of reaction, but in his disciplined, almost inhuman ability to pause, to assess, and to respond with perfect intentional clarity, often using the opponent's own chaotic energy against him. The inner conflict we face in the daily battle for self-discipline is that we are not the master. We are almost always the clumsy, flailing brawler, reacting without thought and becoming the victim of our own chaotic energy. The painful problem is that our discipline, our best intentions, and our newly chosen identity are constantly and brutally sabotaged by our own immediate, unthinking emotional reactions. A moment of intense frustration on a difficult project causes us to slam our laptop shut and declare defeat for the day. A feeling of profound boredom leads us to mindlessly scroll on our phones for an hour, completely shattering our commitment to focused, deep work. A sudden surge of desire or a craving for a fleeting pleasure makes us abandon our healthy eating plan without a second thought. We are ruled by the powerful, ancient tyrant of impulse. Our rational mind, our chosen identity, knows exactly what we should do. But in the heat of the moment, our emotional, reactive mind, the amygdala, hijacks the entire system and makes the decision for us. This leaves us feeling weak, powerless, and deeply disappointed in ourselves. We feel like we cannot trust ourselves because our emotions are an unreliable ruler who constantly stages a coup against our rational, long-term intentions. The transformative solution, the second great law of discipline, is to decide to become the martial arts master of your own mind. It is to learn, through deliberate and consistent practice, how to create a sacred space of stillness between an impulse and your action. This is the space where true discipline is born, where it is exercised, and where it ultimately becomes an unbreakable and automatic habit. The core Stoic idea is the masterful application of the dichotomy of control to our own inner world. The initial impulse or emotion that arises within us, the urge, the craving, the flash of anger, is in a sense an external event. It simply appears in our consciousness, unbidden, like an opponent's first aggressive move. The Stoics called this an impression, or a fantasia. However, our choice to act on that impulse, our assent to it, is entirely internal and completely within our control. Discipline is the active and repeated exercise of this uniquely human power of choice in that crucial moment between impulse and action. A reaction is a mindless, animalistic fusion of impulse and action. A response is the deliberate, godlike act of separating the two and choosing the wiser path. The benefit of this is that you reclaim the throne of your own mind. You are no longer a helpless slave to your own fleeting feelings and desires. You can feel a powerful urge to quit, to be distracted, or to indulge, without being compelled to blindly obey it. This is the very definition of true freedom and self-mastery. The actionable step to cultivate this is to practice the 5-breath pause. When you are faced with a strong, discipline-breaking impulse, the overwhelming urge to procrastinate, the powerful desire for a distraction, the feeling of intense frustration that makes you want to give up, you must make a sacred pact with yourself. Before you are allowed to give in to the impulse, you must first create a space by taking 5 slow, deliberate, deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose, all the way into your belly, feeling it expand. Then exhale slowly and completely through your mouth. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. During these 5 breaths, your only job is to observe the impulse with the detached curiosity of the martial arts master observing his opponent's charge. Do not judge it. Do not fight it. Just watch it. This simple act, taking perhaps only 30 or 40 seconds, is your dojo. It is your training ground. It is the creation of that sacred space. In that space, the initial powerful emotional wave of the impulse will often crest and begin to recede. It gives your rational mind, your hegemonicon, a precious moment to re-engage, to remember your chosen identity, and to remind you of your long-term goals. You will find that after those 5 breaths, you often have the clarity and the strength to make a wiser choice. I challenge you this week to use the 5-breath pause just once. Intercept one powerful impulse and observe it without acting. This is how you take back control of your life. Responding wisely often requires a conscious sacrifice of our immediate, impulsive desires. How can we learn to reframe sacrifice not as a painful loss, but as a powerful and strategic source of strength? Our next lesson is on the profound law of strategic sacrifice. If you are ready to become the master of your own responses, please like this video. Lesson 3. Strategic sacrifice builds mental fortitude. Imagine a wise and formidable warrior preparing for a great and difficult military campaign. He knows the journey ahead will be long, the terrain will be arduous, the enemy will be formidable, and the conditions will be harsh. The campaign will demand the very best of him, both physically and mentally. A foolish warrior, one destined to fail, would prepare for this campaign by indulging in every possible comfort. He would feast on rich foods, he would drink to excess, he would sleep on the softest beds, foolishly believing that he is storing up pleasure for the difficult road ahead. A wise warrior, the Stoic warrior, however, does the exact opposite. He prepares for hardship by practicing it. He eats simple, nourishing food. He sleeps on the hard ground. He trains his body in the biting cold and the driving rain. He deliberately and strategically sacrifices his short-term comfort to build the long-term, unbreakable strength, endurance, and mental fortitude that he will need to be victorious in the campaign to come. He is not punishing himself, he is forging himself into a weapon, tempering his own spirit. The inner conflict we face in our pursuit of discipline is that we are almost always the foolish warrior. We want to achieve our great long-term goals, but we are deeply and fundamentally unwilling to make the necessary short-term sacrifices that those goals demand. The painful problem is that we often see sacrifice as a purely negative thing, as a loss, as a form of painful deprivation. We want to achieve our greatest ambitions and keep all of our comfortable habits and easy distracting pleasures. We want to get into incredible physical shape, but without sacrificing the fleeting pleasure of junk food and lazy evenings. We want to build a successful business, but without sacrificing our weekends or our nightly hours of passive entertainment. This divided will, this futile and exhausting attempt to serve two masters, the master of our high ambitions and the master of our low appetites, is a guaranteed path to failure and frustration. It creates a state of constant inner conflict, it drains our finite willpower, and it ensures that our efforts will be half-hearted, inconsistent, and ineffective. We fail to achieve our goals because we are fundamentally unwilling to pay the price of admission for the life we claim to want. The transformative solution, the third unbreakable law of discipline, is to radically and completely reframe your entire relationship with sacrifice. It is to stop seeing it as a painful loss and to start seeing it as a powerful, strategic, and empowering choice. It is the profound understanding that every conscious no to a lesser, short-term pleasure is a powerful, resounding yes to a greater, long-term purpose. The core Stoic idea at play here is the famous and powerful practice of voluntary discomfort. The Stoics, like the wise warrior, understood that by willingly and strategically sacrificing small, trivial comforts in our daily lives, we build the immense mental and emotional muscle required to endure the large, involuntary hardships that life will inevitably throw our way. By proving to ourselves that we can say no to a donut when we are not hungry, we are building the same spiritual muscle that will allow us to say no to despair in a moment of genuine crisis. We prove to ourselves through concrete, daily action that our rational will is stronger than our primal appetites, which is a profound and unshakable source of self-respect and confidence. The benefit of this is that you become a person of immense willpower and mental fortitude. You are no longer a helpless slave to your own appetites and aversions. You develop the mental toughness to endure the necessary sacrifices required to achieve any great and worthy goal. You are not just building discipline for a specific task. You are forging a powerful and resilient character that will serve you in every area of your life. The actionable step is to perform a strategic sacrifice. First, identify one of your most important long-term goals. Be specific. Second, identify one lesser pleasure or comfort habit that is actively hindering or slowing your progress toward that goal. This could be scrolling on social media in the evening instead of reading, eating sugary snacks that sabotage your fitness goals, hitting the snooze button instead of waking up to work on your most important project, or engaging in gossip instead of meaningful conversation. Then, for a set period of time, perhaps 1 week to start, you will commit to strategically and completely sacrificing that one lesser pleasure for the sake of your greater goal. This is not about depriving yourself of all joy or living a life of grim austerity. It is about making a conscious, powerful, and strategic trade. You are trading a moment of cheap, easy, and ultimately unsatisfying pleasure for a day of earned, deep, and lasting satisfaction that comes from making progress on what truly matters to you. I urge you to choose your strategic sacrifice for this week. Be the wise warrior who forges himself in the controlled fires of voluntary hardship. This sacrifice is only sustainable if it is deeply and consciously connected to a sense of purpose. How do we maintain our discipline on the long, hard days when our motivation inevitably fades and the sacrifice feels too great? Our next lesson is on the crucial law of daily inner alignment. Please comment below and share one strategic sacrifice you are willing to make this week to fuel your own growth and strengthen your resolve. Lesson 4. Endurance through daily inner alignment. Imagine the North Star, Polaris, a fixed, constant, and brilliant point of light in the vast, dark, and often confusing night sky. For centuries, sailors navigating the featureless and often treacherous ocean have used this single, reliable star to orient themselves, to stay on course when powerful storms have blown them astray, and to find their way to their ultimate destination. The North Star does not power the ship. It does not row the oars or fill the sails with wind, but it provides the unwavering, constant, and essential direction that makes the entire difficult journey possible and meaningful. Without a connection to that fixed point of light, the ship, for all its strength and all its sails, is just a piece of wood drifting aimlessly and hopelessly on the chaotic waves, destined to go nowhere. A man's core purpose, his deep and resonant why, is his personal North Star. The inner conflict we face is that on the long, difficult, and often monotonous voyage of self-discipline, we frequently lose sight of our star. We get caught up in the daily storms of frustration, the gray, disorienting fog of boredom, and the powerful cross-currents of temptation, and we forget why we set sail on this difficult journey in the first place. The painful problem is that discipline, when it is disconnected from a powerful, life-giving purpose, feels like a pointless, joyless, and draining chore. On a difficult day, when your motivation is at absolute zero, when your energy is low, when the seas are rough, and when the temptation to quit is at its highest, the simple command from your intellect, "I should be disciplined," is a weak and pathetic defense against the storm of your own resistance. Your emotional mind will easily and rightfully ask, "Why? Why should I endure this discomfort? What is the point of all this struggle?" And if you don't have a powerful, immediate, and emotional answer to that question, your discipline will crumble like a rotten mast in a gale. You will give up. This is the primary and fundamental reason why most long-term New Year's resolutions and attempts at self-improvement fail. We focus obsessively on the what, the diet, the workout, the budget, the writing habit, but we completely neglect to cultivate and consciously connect with the why. The transformative solution, the fourth unbreakable law of discipline, is the daily, non-negotiable practice of realigning yourself with your North Star. It is the sacred art of consciously reconnecting with your core purpose every single day, so that it may guide you through the inevitable darkness and storms of the journey. The core Stoic idea is that our actions must be guided by reason and a deep, overarching purpose. Discipline without a clear why is just empty, joyless rule-following, a form of self-tyranny that is brittle and unsustainable. But discipline in the service of a great and virtuous purpose is the highest expression of human freedom and dignity. The Stoics were not disciplined merely for the sake of being disciplined. They were disciplined because they had a crystal-clear goal: to live a life of virtue, to be a good and honorable person, and to serve the human community with their unique talents. This purpose was the powerful, inextinguishable fuel that sustained their discipline through imprisonment, exile, disease, and the immense pressures of ruling the Roman Empire. The benefit of this is that it makes your discipline profoundly resilient. When you are deeply and emotionally connected to your why, you can endure almost any how. Your purpose becomes an infinite wellspring of motivation and meaning that you can draw from on the difficult days when your finite reserves of willpower are empty. It transforms the feeling of discipline from "I have to do this" to "I get to do this," because this action is a direct and meaningful expression of who I am and what I stand for. The actionable step to practice this is the purpose review. This should be a core and non-negotiable component of your morning ritual. After your moment of stillness, take out your journal. At the top of the page, write down your primary disciplinary goal for the day. E.g., today, I will complete my focused work session for 2 hours. Then, right below it, you must write one single powerful sentence that answers the question, why is this deeply important to me? This answer must connect the mundane, difficult task to a higher, inspiring value. For example, I am doing my focused work today because the excellence of my craft is the foundation of my ability to provide for my family, to serve my community with value, and to build a life of self-respect. This simple act, taking less than 60 seconds, connects your small, daily, and often difficult action to your great, ultimate, and inspiring purpose. It is the act of the sailor, before he begins to row, taking a moment to find the North Star in the sky and align his vessel with its light. I challenge you to begin this purpose review tomorrow morning. Do not begin your day's hard work until you are crystal clear on why that work truly, deeply matters. This purpose is our essential fuel. But how do we turn that fuel into the unstoppable, elegant, and powerful momentum of true mastery? Our final lesson is on the profound law of Stoic repetition. To continue on this path and align with your own purpose, please like this video and share your why in the comments below. Lesson 5. Mastery grows from Stoic repetition. Imagine a master artisan who is renowned throughout the world for her craft. She could be a potter at her wheel, her hands seemingly effortlessly shaping a perfect, symmetrical vessel from a shapeless lump of clay. She could be a master calligrapher, her brush dancing across the page to create a single, flawless character that is alive with energy and grace. Or she could be a legendary swordsmith at his forge, his hammer striking the hot steel with a perfect, practiced rhythm born of a lifetime of devotion. Her skill to an outsider seems almost magical, a gift from the gods, a form of genius. Her movements are fluid, confident, intuitive, and perfect. She has achieved a level of mastery that seems completely unattainable to a novice who is struggling just to get the basics right. But her mastery did not come from a single brilliant moment of insight. It did not come from a secret, complex, or hidden technique. It was forged slowly, patiently, and without fanfare, in the hot, unglamorous, and often monotonous crucible of 10,000 hours of deliberate, focused, and mindful repetition of the absolute fundamentals. She is a master not because she found a shortcut, but because she had the profound discipline, humility, and love for her craft to show up every single day for years and practice the same simple, essential movements over and over and over again until they became a part of her very being, an extension of her own soul and nervous system. The inner conflict we face is our deep-seated, modern aversion to this kind of patient, monotonous repetition. We are a culture that gets bored with the basics almost instantly. The painful problem is that we celebrate novelty, hacks, and the seductive illusion of overnight success. We are constantly searching for the new secret, the new technique, the new productivity app, the new shortcut that will allow us to bypass the long, arduous, and often boring work that is the sole path to true mastery. Our lack of consistency, our tendency to jump from one new idea to the next, from one program to another, prevents us from ever achieving excellence in any single domain. Our confidence remains shallow because our skills are shallow. We know a little bit about a lot of things, but we are masters of nothing. We have the fleeting enthusiasm of a perpetual beginner, but we lack the profound, quiet, unshakable confidence of the master, because we have been fundamentally unwilling to pay the non-negotiable price of admission to the temple of mastery. Endless, mindful, and deliberate repetition. The transformative solution, the fifth and final law of discipline, is to learn to fall in love with the process of repetition itself. It is to see the daily practice not as a boring chore to be endured, but as the sacred, meditative, and holy path to mastery and to the deep, earned confidence that comes with it. The core Stoic idea is captured in the simple but profound statement by the philosopher Aristotle, who heavily influenced the Stoics. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Your character, your skills, your confidence, your very soul are forged one day at a time in the crucible of your daily repetitions. The Stoic does not seek novelty for novelty's sake. he seeks to perfect his daily practice of the fundamentals of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. He knows that mastery is not a dramatic event. It is the slow, patient, and magnificent accumulation of thousands of unremarkable moments of disciplined, focused practice. The benefit of this is that you actually achieve your long-term goals. You move beyond the frustrating realm of the dabbler and into the deeply satisfying realm of the expert. The confidence you build is not a fragile, temporary state of mind based on positive thinking. It is a deep, unshakable reality rooted in the undeniable physical evidence of your own practiced and hard-won competence. The actionable step to commit to this path is the famous "don't break the chain" method. First, identify the one single core disciplinary habit that is most important for your current goal. Then get a large wall calendar, a physical one that you will see every day. Every single day that you complete your habit, you get to draw a large, satisfying X over that day with a marker. Your only goal, your entire focus, becomes one simple, powerful, and non-negotiable thing. Don't break the chain of X's. This simple visual method is incredibly powerful because it shifts your focus from the distant, overwhelming, and often intimidating long-term goal to the simple, binary, and manageable daily process of showing up and forging today's link in the chain. All you have to do is not break the chain, just for today. This final law is the great synthesizer that binds all the others together into an unbreakable, self-reinforcing system. Your rooted identity, Law 1, is what inspires you to start the chain and to see yourself as the kind of person who doesn't break chains. Your controlled response, Law 2, is the tool you use to overcome the daily temptations and emotional storms that threaten to break it. Your strategic sacrifice, Law 3, is what you must give up to make the time and energy for your daily link. Your inner alignment with your purpose, Law 4, is the why that gives the chain its profound meaning and its strength. And Stoic repetition, Law 5, is the mechanism itself that link by patient, deliberate link forges all of this into the unbreakable steel of a disciplined, masterful, and unshakably confident character. I urge you to choose your one core habit. Get your calendar and start your chain today. We have journeyed through the 5 unbreakable laws of Stoic discipline, from the deep and solid foundation of a rooted identity to the final, masterful art of patient and purposeful repetition. This ancient path teaches us that discipline is not a prison we are forced into, but the very process by which we sculpt our own freedom, forge our own character, and build a life of profound and unshakable confidence, one deliberate and virtuous day at a time. Thank you for taking this time to explore these powerful principles of self-mastery and inner strength. If this video has served you on your journey, please like this video, comment with the one habit you will not break the chain on, and subscribe to the Stoic Power channel for more wisdom on building an unconquerable mind and a life of profound purpose.